Brandon Cutler from AEW. You're watching Cole TV.
Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome back to Pro Wrestling 60, where we discuss everything that happened in the world of professional wrestling this past week in 60 minutes or less. I'm XLJ, the OG, and hopefully going to be joined by my partner in crime, Mr. B-Roll. He's having a little bit of technical difficulties, but hey, we're live, pal. That's right. This is a special live edition of Pro Wrestling 60 tonight. Like I say, we got a lot to catch up on, especially considering we missed last week, and we're so gracious and thank you all still for letting us take the week off and all the love and support. I myself feeling a lot better. Mr. B-Roll, I think, is doing a lot better as well. So, as he always says, the time's clicking and the time starts now. So let's get right into our top story this week. And boy, oh boy, how grandiose was this? Man, oh man. Bryan Danielson has challenged Kazuchika Okada to a match, presumably and obviously, at Forbidden Door. Oh my goodness gracious. This was a matchup like I think like a lot of us have thought about, but never really thought like this was going to be the route they go for this year's Forbidden Door. But oh man, I am so happy that we are going to get this match. This is a once in a lifetime match. I mean, this is a match that literally is going to steal the show. I mean, this match, I cannot build it up enough in my mind about how grandiose this match is gonna be. This is one of those once in a lifetime matchups. This is a matchup that is truly deserving of that Forbidden Door title, and hell, it may even be the main event. Who knows? But guess what? Oh, we're not done. We also found out Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay 2 will also take place at Forbidden Door. A rematch for the United States Championship, the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship. And man, oh man, this is another one. Like already, you just have two matches pretty much announced, and it's like that sells the pay-per-view right there itself, man. This matchup, honestly, probably the match of the year still so far, in my opinion, was Ospreay Omega 1 from Wrestle Kingdom. Forbidden Door. Oh my gosh, I feel like it's just going to get umped by 1,000. This match is going to be something else. And when you're competing with Danielson and Okada, like this already, and I was at Forbidden Door last year, and Forbidden Door last year was phenomenal. But this is truly starting to feel like what this card was supposed to be with these two mega matchups that's been announced so far. Forbidden Door for I can't speak for Forbidden Door because I'm so excited about this pay-per-view, which is coming up here at the end of the month. Of course, you know there's going to be more matches announced, but still already New Japan and AEW is off to a tremendous start. And here we go again. Here we go again on our own. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Yes, another CM Punk story. Because why not? So, Tony Khan, in another one of his announcements this week, announced that CM Punk has officially been confirmed and will make his well-anticipated return by some to AEW's Collision on June the 17th at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. So, no big surprise here. I feel like, okay, this is specifically done so we can get some tickets sold for this show, essentially. And hey, man, if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Punk. So, especially in Chicago. But like I say, this was kind of a foregone conclusion. There's still, I think, some mystery in like how this is going to go down and who's he going to start off a feud with and whatnot. So we'll have to just wait and see what happens. But it'll be here before you know it, folks. But CM Punk is back, and yes, welcome back, Larry. Indeed. Oh man, I love seeing Larry at the All Out. He got loose and stuff. It was awesome. But on to more pressing news. If you follow us on the Tiki Talks, you know there's a big announcement tonight, and it is from our own Best Scout Machine. So, that being said, let's go to Best Scout Machine and see what this announcement's all about.
Tony, I am so happy that you're giving me this opportunity to help write your amazing announcements that you've been holding every single week on AEW Dynamite for the past 96 weeks. And why are you like that? Are you wanting me to put... Do you need a lozenge? Do you need candy? Why is your mouth open like that? Alright, so this week I'm going to need you to announce that CM Punk is returning at AEW Collision. Now, the following week for your big announcement, I want you to say that CM Punk will be going up against Samoa Joe to finish off their rivalry from Ring of Honor. And then the week after that, I want you to announce that Tampax is going to be sponsoring the first episode of AEW Collision? Yes, Collision! Oh, God, I was gonna say colostomy. Oh, it's been weeks. It's been years. Every week, it's a new announcement. I can't keep coming up with stuff. Alright, announce this week that Roman Reigns is going to No, he's still Universal Champion over in WWE. It's been going on for so long. I don't know, just announce that you're able to grow facial hair really fast. Alright, and get this, after that, I was like, Shania Twain! What are you looking at? What the hell do you want, Phil? Alright, and this week I'm going to need you to say, fuck Pluto TV, fuck Fight TV, fuck Fight TV's mothers, and may both of my hands, no, or both of your hands, smell like their mother's asses at the end of it. You're going to fuck the mothers of the people who do Fight TV. Fuck Fight TV, and fuck Pluto, and fuck Avatar. Skate, motherfucker! I'm coming for you, Fight TV. That last one went off the rails, didn't it? Oh, do you need some, like, cough medicine? In comes the hanger!
Oh my goodness, that Best Scout having a bout with Fight TV. And hey, if you want to know what the whole Pluto thing is, you should why he's got a gripe with them, as well as I do, and the rest of us here at Pro Wrestling 60 and Cold TV. Check out our replay of Friday Night Movie Night. You can see why. Cheap plug there. But yes, as the bloodline turns is our next story here. As we were set to be a part of the 1000th day celebration for one Roman Reigns, our tribal chief. And we all know what happened at Night of Champions. Of course, the Usos turning on Roman, or at least Jimmy, I should say, with those devastating super kicks. So the Usos come out, confronted Roman Reigns, and it looked like Solo was going to side with his brothers, but nope. One Samoan spike later, and Solo is still part of the bloodline with Roman Reigns and one Paul Heyman. So the storyline just keeps on going. Some people hate it, some people love it. Me personally, I'm digging it, man. I think it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here. Could we possibly be getting an Usos against Solo and Roman matchup? Maybe at Money in the Bank. Who knows? But the story continues on as the bloodline turns. And also, we got to talk about this too, folks. During this 1,000 day celebration, it was announced that there would be a new WWE Undisputed Universal Championship belt design, and well, here it is. I don't know. I feel like it to me, it feels okay. It's okay. I don't think it's anything spectacular, but it's okay. I don't think they've really they could have kept what they kept. And here's the ironic thing too. Did I not see Paul Heyman still holding those 2 championship belts? And plus we got to see Roman do this, to intimidate his opponents with the belts, right? So I just think it's kind of pointless, especially if they're keeping the other 2 belts. So now he has 3 belts. Like, come on, man. You can do better than that. But the new belt is here, and apparently there's also rumors that they are going to be designing some of the other championship belts as well, mainly the women's championships, which, in my opinion, I think is long overdue. But we'll have to see what happens there. And man, oh man, talk about shows this week. How about NXT? Did it deliver on the surprises? So first, we have Mustafa Ali show up on NXT, and it appears he's going to be working on the Black and Gold brand. Also, it was revealed that Blair Davenport was the mystery attacker all along for all of the female talents that was getting assaulted on NXT. So we found that out too. But maybe the biggest shocker of the night was the fact that Baron Corbin is back in NXT. Although I believe he's booked this week on WWE SmackDown, I want to say. Or maybe Raw. Who knows? But still, Baron Corbin showing up in NXT. Very interesting, especially if he is in fact going to go back to his lone wolf gimmick, which time will tell. But man, oh man, this week's NXT, you had a lot of cool stuff going on there. And also this week in the world of wrestling, yes, we have new, as if it was any surprise, we have new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. It's Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Like I say, is this really a shocker? I mean, I think that we all was inevitable that ultimately these two would end up holding the championship belts. I'm assuming, I think Ronda was hurt, but I think she's doing okay now. I don't know. I kind of was enjoying the Raquel Liv Morgan run, but obviously Liv Morgan with an injury. But I mean, they're just going to go run roughshod over every single woman in that division. It's not going to help any as far as build up the tag team division or anything like that. So I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic, but it's kind of hard to believe. But time will tell. We will see what happened. Oh, we got some glitches there. Hold on. We're live, pal. Well, let's just go ahead and talk about Dynamite, even though my slideshow got all messed up. So this past week on Dynamite, we had a little bit of excitement. Hey, Sting showed up, or I'm sorry, excuse me. Me. It's Sting! So the Stinger showed up, which that was kind of cool to see him again. It's always fun to see Sting. You also had on there the main event was the mixed tag team matchup with Adam Cole going up against with his girlfriend Britt Baker going up against sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here because my slideshow got all messed up. But anyways, went up against of course Chris Jericho as well as Saraya. I almost said Paige there for a minute. So, I don't know, honestly, I watched this weekend's Dynamite, and I mean, it was all right. It wasn't terrible by any means, but I mean, it was a decent enough show. The opening was great with Blackpool Combat Club against the Lucha Brothers and Bandito. That was a fun matchup, and of course, hearing from the evil Don Callis. So overall, Dynamite, pretty decent show, but I mean, you're just coming off of the pay-per-view. You're just coming off of that. So, you would expect kind of a stronger show, but maybe I'm just nitpicking here. Still, it was a pretty good show, or pretty decent Dynamite, I suppose, nonetheless. So, all right, folks, it has come that time of the show. Let's go to our pal Extreme League Wrestling with the
means it's about to become the hottest time for pro wrestling. There's hot angles, hot weather, hot dog shit opinions. Hello everyone and welcome back to the 5 Count, the show where I go over the top 5 pro wrestling news stories of the week. Because let's be real TK, I'm not doing anything on a Saturday night, I'm watching Collision. Number 1, CM Punk to AEW Collision confirmed. Well, they did the thing we all knew they were going to do. Ooh and or yay, depending on how you feel about the whole brawl out situation. Look, if anything, I'm just glad this whole debacle seems to be over. I truly hate seeing this awful Civil War tribalism mentality within AEW's own fan base, whether you're on the side of Punk or the Elite. And who knows, maybe with the rosters being split, this is a good step in the right direction. Now people, we don't have to agree 100% of the time, but the parasocial relationships a lot of fans have attached to their favorite wrestlers has truly gone overboard over the years. It might be wishful thinking, but after the premiere of Collision, I hope we can all forget about this dirt sheet nonsense and shut up and watch pro wrestling. Number 2, WWE pipes in crowd noise. Don't you love gaslighting and being emotionally invalidated? Well, welcome to the WWE where we have that in spades. In fact, it's our first major export, right behind Dark Side of the Ring topics and Meat Stick spokesman. Well, I guess Vinnie Mac went ahead and used all that Meat Stick money to learn how to finally use the audio mixer within Premiere Pro. Is your live crowd cheering people that they're supposed to be booing? What? Push LA Knight as a face? Psh, forget it. Just put in some fake booing and call it a day. Don't even try to find people who are booing in the audience. Just literally show the opposite of what the audio track is doing. People at home don't know the difference. Oh, Vince, you're gonna be running this company at 126, aren't you? At this rate, LA Knight and Stardust are gonna fight over that giant piece of chocolate Roman has around his waist now. Number 3, Dom to win Money in the Bank? WWE's undercard has had quite the momentum over the past couple of years. That tends to happen when the guy who owns the big hubcap doesn't show up to work every night. As Money in the Bank is right around the corner, the rumor mill is starting to turn on who could be holding the next briefcase. And while there is no frontrunner, we have heard rumblings of Dominic Mysterio being a participant in the men's match. And while I personally feel like Judgment Day members Finn Balor and Damian Priest are probably more suited to challenge for a world title right now, I could see WWE pulling another Austin Theory move and doing this with no foresight in mind. And while probably not great for the long term, I can definitely see this getting some Latino heat. Number 4, WWE's new championship design. If you haven't noticed, I've already taken a couple of digs at this belt design already, but it's okay if you missed them. I'm autistic, and also a bitch. This belt looks so awful. It looks like a chocolate-filled coin. Over here looking like one of them hams you buy at the grocery store. The belt that launched 1,000 Austin Powers gifts. T-Pain even thinks this belt is a bit much. Here's an unrelated picture of T-Pain wearing a chain that just says big ass chain. I love how some people are talking crap about the new world heavyweight title, but think this Rue 21 looking ass belt looks better. 1,000 days for this? And finally, number 5, match announcements for Forbidden Door 2. Forbidden Door 2 Electric Boogaloo is right around the corner, and you better knock on some wood because the whole wrestling world finally doesn't seem to be on fire, and that's a way better start than last year. And now there have been 2 gigantic matches made for the second incarnation of this crossover pay-per-view. The first match announced, we will see a rematch for the IWGP United States title from back in Wrestle Kingdom as Kenny Omega takes on Will Ospreay. And secondly, for the first time ever, Bryan Danielson will take on Okada. All 4 of these men are currently the best doing it. God, I love pro wrestling. While there will be no Zack Sabre Jr. versus Danielson on this card, just a reminder, they have a whole Wembley Stadium to fill up later on for All In, so I'm sure they're saving it for that. Damn, you take 1 week off and the news really catches up with you, huh? Oh, by the way, Eddie Kingston is gonna be in the G1 Climax. Ooh-wee! Hello to late nights and goodbye my normal sleep schedule. And that will be it for this week's edition of The 5 Count. B-Roll, Jay, thank you so much for having me again, and always remember, I've got till 5.
Oh, baby. Yes, indeed. He's right, man. You take a week off, and I'm telling you, all sorts of stuff happens in the world of professional wrestling. It is nuts. But said it before, say it again. What a time to be a professional wrestling fan. All right, let's talk about the rest of the results here for Monday Night Raw and what happened on Friday Night SmackDown, which both shows were pretty decent, I guess you could say. I got to tell you the one thing I'm really enjoying on Raw right now. I am really enjoying the alliance with Zoe Stark and Trish Stratus. Really digging that. That was pretty cool to see them confront Becky. Looks like we're getting a match there. We had some qualifications for the Money in the Bank. which we'll talk about here in a couple minutes, as well as how about that Dolph Ziggler and JD McDonough, or just JD McDonough essentially destroying Dolph Ziggler, which I'm cool with, man. I love me some JD McDonough, and I'm hoping that they use him and they use him right. And of course, how about the main event on Raw? You had Seth Rollins and AJ Styles team up to go up against the Judgment Day. Now, over on SmackDown, I love this tandem. How about, or this trio, I should say. How about Austin Theory teaming up with Pretty Deadly to take on the Brawling Brutes? Love me some Pretty Deadly. Hope to see those guys get used a heck of a lot more. Episode of the Grayson Waller Effect took place with Asuka, as well as you had some like we've mentioned, the Roman Reigns 1,000-day celebration, as well as some people who qualified for Money in the Bank. Let's talk about that. So we have 3 qualifiers so far in the men's Money in the Bank matchup, as well as we have Selena Vega, who has qualified for the female Money in the Bank matchup. But so far, we've got Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, and LA Knight. Yeah, talk to me. And I'm telling you, folks, I'm calling my shot now. LA Knight is winning that Money in the Bank over in the UK. I got a feeling, man. But of course, there's still going to be more combatants added to this matchup, and we'll just have to wait and see who exactly is going to be in that. They had a tremendous episode of Rampage this past Friday night, Championship Friday, and man, oh man, did they deliver! This was an awesome Rampage. Highly recommend if you didn't get to watch it, go back and watch it because it's a hell of a show. How about that AAA Mega Championship with El Hijo del Faikino defending against Commander and Tradistico? Willow Nightingale, who we all love some Willow Nightingale, went one-on-one against Emi Sakura for the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. How about Zack Sabre Jr. up against Action Andretti for the IWGP Television Championship? And of course, Katsuyori Shibata going up against Lee Moriarty. It was a really good show. Like Rampage, let's call a spade a spade. It's either hit or miss. Here lately, it's been missed, but I got to say, this was a home run. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode of Rampage. And also this week on NXT, I tell you, NXT made for me, honestly, I think was show of the week. And it's so weird because it kind of goes back and forth, I've noticed, as I've been watching more and more wrestling, of course, for this show. But I feel like this show delivered, man, for this week for sure. I mean, everything you had with that Gigi Dolan match in the cage, of course, finalizing that feud. Of course, with all the different surprises on this show as well. Tiffany Stratton, your new NXT Women's Champion, and her celebration. And it looks like we may be seeing Ava Raine in the ring here before too long as well in a one-on-one matchup. So, like I say, NXT I thought was a pretty good show. And if my partner was here right now, I think he would tell you the exact same thing. Man, oh man, New Japan Pro Wrestling has been on fire. And the huge Dominion card just happened this past week. And also, we got some announcements on the G1 Climax. But we're going to go to our good friend, the CDC, for our New Japan reports. Let's go to CDC.
From Earth and my couch, I'm going to be watching the replay of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Dominion from earlier this morning. Because of the quick turnaround for PW60, I'm going to basically be recording my reactions immediately after each match. I'm going to go ahead and get started on Dominion here. Again, it started at 2 a.m. my time. Yeah, I wasn't getting up for that, so replay time it is. Unfortunately, because the timing, I guess, the kickoff match that was supposed to be this thing, not on there. They're going right into it, so I'll have to try and find that later. The opening match is going to start off with Will Ospreay versus Lance Archer to go on to be the #1 contender to face Kenny Omega later on. Nice little surprise. Gino Gambino is actually on commentary tonight. I'm very excited about that. Alright, so that was a pretty good match. I think I'm going to rate stuff on a out of 10 scale. So this one I'd give a 7.5 out of 10. And maybe 7.25 is more appropriate. It wasn't an amazing match. It was not a bad match at all. It was kind of quick, actually. It actually ended out Will Ospreay, after hitting a series of running elbow strikes, finally put Archer away with an actual hidden blade with the elbow pad removed. The next match was the LIJ versus just 4 out of 5 guys, burgers and fries. Teton gets the victory for LIJ, tapping out Takamichi Noku. I give this one 6 out of 10 stars. There wasn't anything like crazy about it. It was a good match, just is fine. Catch 2-2 gets the victory, becoming the new junior tag champions once again. Again, another good match, nothing crazy. I'd give it a solid 7. Interesting surprise at the end of the match. Clark Connors came out, basically giving the impression he is going to be challenging next for the tag titles, but the question was, who was his partner going to be? Well, turns out Dan Maloney already jumped ship off New United Empire, is now part of Bullet Club, and apparently him and Clark Connors are going for the junior tag titles against Catch 2-2 next. NJPW TV title is coming up next. Jeff Cobb versus Zack Sabre Jr. I'm expecting good stuff from this one. The last one was the first one to end in a time limit draw, but with draws on this, the champion retains. So let's see what happens this time. Excellent match. I'll give that one a solid 8.25. It was a fast-paced, a lot of fun. They clearly didn't want to go to time limit again. Zack Sabre Jr. got the win with a reversal roll-up pin as Jeff Cobb was trying to hit Tour of the Islands, but didn't work out for him. Up next is the tag title match for the Strong and the IWGP tag titles. This is going to be featuring Bushimon versus House of Torture versus United Empire. I've got a bad feeling about this one. Bushimon win with the tag titles. They got them both again. This is a great match. Everybody got their shit in. It was a lot of fun. I'd give it another solid 8. Gabriel Kidd and Alex Conklin are now part of Bullet Club as well as part of the War Dogs. Did not see that one coming. So they just went into announcing the G1 Climax 32 participants, and dang, real quick, let's point out 3 surprises. Great to see Tongaloa back. Awesome to see the Mad King Ed Kingston participating, and the surprise Noah there. I'm really looking forward to that match with Kazuchika Okada and him. Next up is the Never title. ELP versus David Finlay. Looking forward to seeing what's going on here. ELP in an interview basically revealed a new look, new entrance music, new attire. So let's see how this looks. David Finlay retains the Never title. Solid match. Lots of great little spots. I'd give that one a solid. I'll give that a solid 8.5. That was a good match. I love ELP's new music. Up next is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Hiromu's defending against the Best of Super Juniors winner. I feel like I already know how this is going to go, and I'm not going to be happy. Oh, thank God. Hiromu retains. Based on that, a bazillion stars. Bazillion and 2. Okay, honest opinion. There were some mishaps and little things. It was a great match, and the crowd was really into it. 7.25. Up next is the IWGP's Never Trios match. I don't see the champions losing this one, but we'll kind of see how it goes. Good little match. Champions retain. Okada, Tanahashi, and Tomohiro Ishii are still the Never Tag Champions. Fun little match. Nothing crazy. It was chaotic and action-packed the entire way through. I'd say a solid 7.5. There wasn't anything amazing about it. An interesting turn of events after the match. A video package played, and Bryan Danielson challenged Okada to a match. Okada accepted and basically announced that it's going to be at Forbidden Door. Think they'll sell some pay-per-views now? Last match of the evening, we'll see Yota Tsuji challenging for the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion against Sonata. This should be interesting. Sonata retains. This match, I don't know exactly what it was, but something about the pacing on it was just very awkward. I don't know, it was just too slow in certain spots. However, when they went from sequence to sequence, it was a great set of back and forth, or just like some crazy awesome spots. Altogether, I'd give this one an 8.5. It was a really good showing for Tsuji coming back. And that'll do it. There was no crazy things at the end of the match afterwards. Sonata did his little speech. All in all, looking back and reflecting, it was a solid card. The crowd was great. They were hot the entire night. I think they did a good job of pacing the crowd so that they didn't get burnt out really quick. All in all, I think if I was to rate it, I'd give the entire show probably 8.25 out of 10. It was just a good show. Lots of great matches. There wasn't any bad matches. Some were, better than others. Some didn't have anything crazy about them, but altogether, there wasn't a bad match. There was very few hiccups and little missteps. Nothing that impacted any of the matches. So all in all, really great showing once again for New Japan. Oh, and also, this has been Corey from Earth. Bye.
Holy crap, y'all. It looks like I'm going to have to do a 2-part video of what the hell's been going on with this week in the world of Bullet Club, because a lot has been happening as of late. So part 1, this is going to be about what's going on recently in the world of David Finlay's Bullet Club, which go ahead and kick it off right away. First off, we got a newest member of Bullet Club, of course, and that is none other than United Empire member, who is now the member of Bullet Club, Dan Maloney. So what happened is that Clark Connors came out after representing United Empire, TJP, and Francesco Akira did successfully defeated Kevin Knight and Kushida and won the IWGP Junior Tag Team Champion. And afterwards, of course, once Clark Connors point out, of course, Dan Maloney's surprise attack and rip off the shirt. And I'm so shocked because Dan just joined United Empire over a month ago. Holy crap, this is quite a shocker to say at least. But you know what? It makes sense because it does fit his demeanor, his personality. And I think he is pretty much a quite fit in the world of David Finlay's Bullet Club. But he's not alone as being the newest member of Bullet Club. After Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi did successfully won the vacant IWGP Tag Team and the New Japan Strong Tag Team Champion, this video package did play, and it's the Bullet Club War Dogs. And guess who just came out? None other than the LA Dojo Boys, Gabriel Kidd and Alex Clarkland, with the same class as Clark Connors, of course, and the first New Japan LA Dojo graduate who is signed to WWE, Eddie Thorpe, formerly known as Carl Fredericks. And this is really mind-blowing, but let me go ahead and show you a quick tweet from Eddie Thorpe about this, which of course he is giving props to the LA Dojo classmates, that they're all now part of the members of the Bullet Club. And I could agree. Regarding with Mr. David Finlay himself, he successfully retained the never openweight title against Alpha Tasmo. And it was a really solid match, even though he got some help. But you know what? It is what it is. He just said that he's here to actually revive Bullet Club and only bring savages only. And there it is, folks. It is going to be very interesting how things will go, especially with the newest members of the Bullet Club and whatnot. Alright, y'all, I'm back for part 2 of what's been going on in the world of Bullet Club. I already got it covered for New Japan Dominion, but let's go ahead and check out the rest of the David Finlay members of Bullet Club, starting off with Kenta. He just had a match at Define Wrestling up against, of course, the champion, Nick Wayne. Well, y'all, Kenta successfully defeated Nick, and he is the new Defy World Champion. So congratulations to Kenta. And, I'm super happy for him, though. And speaking of champions, so the team of ABC, Ace Austin and Chris Bay, they did defend their Impact World Tag Team Champion against the debut of Subculture, which is Flash Morgan Webster's debut, and, of course, the return of Mark Andrew. They successfully retained the Impact World Tag Team Champion in a very impressive matchup. So congratulations to ABC. However, they're going to be defending their Impact Tag Team titles against the team of Good Hands, which is Jason Hodge and John Schuyler, and accompanying to the ring, of course, Brian Myers. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup, especially we have the Against All Odds show that's going to be taking place this Friday, and I'm really looking forward to it. Now, let's go ahead and check in what's going on in the world of Bullet Club Gold. On the recent episode of AEW Dynamite, Jay White and Juice Robinson come out and they got an interview with Tony Schiavone explaining about their actions ever since they lost at the Blackjack Battle Royal and attacking Ricky Starks once again until FTR got involved. So they express how do they feel about FTR, and they're actually going to be chasing for that AEW World Tag Team Champion, which FTR came out and they're very hesitant. So a few words back and forth, and until Ricky Starks came out and attacked Jay White and Juice Robinson, so is FTR as well, leaving it standing tall though. So the feud between Bullet Club Gold, FTR, and Ricky Starks is still going on though. And of course we're going to be seeing a rematch again between Jay White and Ricky Starks on this week's upcoming episode of AEW Dynamite, which the kicker is Juice Robinson and FTR will be banned from ringside. So who knows what's going to happen. But I'm going to give a shout out to Tyler Russell. He did ask a question if Bullet Club Gold should add a third member, but only in the AEW roster. And personally for me, I could see that happening. So, never say never, y'all. And that is all for what's been going on within the past few days in the world of Bullet Club and Bullet Club Gold.
Well, there you have it. A lot going on in the world of New Japan Pro Wrestling and the Bullet Club as well. And oh my God, I think my partner has finally arrived. What in the hell are you wearing?
I'm back and better than ever.
Man, that would be late to his own funeral. Anyways, welcome on, Mr. B-Roll. How you doing, brother?
I am doing okay. I am in a undisclosed location currently.
Okay, and we'll keep it at that. So, well, hey, back to our stories here. Man, there is a lot of families getting created in wrestling this past
busy
couple
week.
Weeks. All right, so we got the announcement that Alexa Bliss and Brian Cabrera are having a baby. Also, we did find out that Carmelo and oh my God, why did I want to call him Dillinger?
Carmella and Corey Graves are having
Corey
a boy.
Graves, thank you. They're having a boy. I don't know why I wanted to call him Graves all of a sudden. So, anyways, and then also, you had Ty and Sammy are having a kid, of course, and how about Riddick Moss getting engaged to Emma? So love is in the air, my friend, in the world of professional wrestling. Congratulations to all these couples.
It's either that or there's something in the water.
Yeah, could be. And hey, how about another monumental moment in a wrestler's life? Billy Starks. Congratulations to her. She just graduated high school. How about that?
As we go on, we remember.
Or something.
All the times we had together.
To Billy Starks. And how about this rivalry? We've got Chef Reacts, if you follow him on the TikTok, who is roasting Baron Corbin. Because if you follow Baron Corbin on TikTok, he does a lot of videos about cooking and whatnot. And, well, Chef Reacts, he reacted all right. He did a little roast of his own, roasting Baron Corbin's ass. But it was pretty funny to see. Nonetheless, Mr. B-Roll.
I agree. The banter was great.
Oh, and how about this? Damien Sandow was in a viral video. I don't know the name. It's a show off Netflix, and I don't know. I've seen the guy. I can't think of his name, but it's hilarious sketch where he does the pay it forward, and then like he comes around the corner to like cut off the next person. So essentially, the car in front of him can pay for him, and he's just like 55 burgers, 55 fries, 55, just goes on and on. And Damien Sandow is actually the gentleman in that video. So pretty funny nonetheless. Always great to see Damien Sandow. And hey, we talked about it. We did miss Double or Nothing last week, of course, because we were out.
Oh,
Yeah, so we didn't really get to cover it. But we have a very good, close personal friend of ours who was there this week. And making her Pro Wrestling 60 debut is MJ here. And let's go to her with her Double or Nothing weekend. Check it out, see how she got into.
Hey, what's going on? PW60, MJ here, also known as Miss Hill Ziegler on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, I think. Anyway, I'm here with a very special surprise that I thought I would take you along for, so let's go check it out. Alright, I'm here at Office Max. I am actually going to, this is not a paid sponsorship by Office Max, by the way, but it totally should be. So I'm actually here because B-Roll helped me with his super wicked awesome design skills to make something for a surprise for someone extra special that they have no idea that we're doing this for them. So stay tuned. All right, I have secured the package, but what could it be? I'm gonna make you stay tuned another second longer. Hang tight. Hey y'all, so I'm filming a couple days later because I did not get a chance to update. It's been crazy busy, but I have adhered. This is what I made, a sign for XLJ. So at Vegas, the plan is that we're going to try to get as many people as possible to follow XLJ on TikTok, trying to get him over 1,000 so he can go live. He's about 150, I think, away right now as of the time filming this video, so gonna do what I can. I am literally at Home freaking Depot right now because I am going to see, and I'm gonna ask really, really nicely if they can help cut this down for me, and I'm gonna buy rope there, and I'm going to put some holes inside this sign so that way I can literally wear this on my back like a backpack. This is gonna happen. I'm really excited about it. I have faith in the Las Vegas and global AEW and wrestling fans. They're gonna help me make this happen. We're gonna do this for XLJ, so I might film in Home Depot if they'll let me, but I'm gonna ask and see. So we'll see if they'll do this for me. I hope so. Okay, update. So shout out to freaking Joe at Office Max, actually. I'm not gonna say which one, but shout out to Joe. You know who you are. He's actually a wrestling fan. So he actually did the little grommets in here and cut the sign down for us because he's a wrestling fan and he's just a badass person. And so he saw that we were doing this to help out XLJ. For one wrestling fan to another, yeah, he did this for us for totally free, just to cut this down, add the little grommets. So Joe is a freaking badass, and I am stoked. XLJ deserves this, and he said, Joe even said, just consider me doing this for free, just one more way to help him out. And I was like, oh, like, good people exist in the fucking world, and this is awesome. So totally made my day. We're heading to Vegas right now for Double or Nothing. So I'm speechless right now. This is so badass. So stay tuned. You're gonna see me walking around Vegas carrying this sign. Good morning. So today is Fan Fest for AEW, Double or Nothing. Super excited. We've got a ton of events today, which is why I'm taking the XLJ sign. So as of right now, filming this video on Saturday morning, XLJ is at 851. So we've got 149 people to go until he hits the 1,000 mark on TikTok. I'm really excited. I think we can make it happen today. I believe in the power of wrestling fans because when we come together, there's nothing we can't do. So follow XLJ. Let's do this. All right, we are at Double or Nothing. There's T-Mobile Arena. Look who I'm with. So I don't know if y'all can tell, but I got the green straps. That's because I got the XLJ sign. doing it again. Day 2. Let's see if we can get him up to 1,000 followers. Let's go, baby!
Let's go.
I did not expect that. I'm a little speechless. I'm not gonna lie. Wow.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm trying not to tear up right now, but thank you seriously, thank you, MJ. You really didn't have to do that, but that wow, that's just amazing. And thank you, sir, for the apparently the design and stuff, man. That's wow. You got me speechless.
Yeah, and I didn't spill the beans. Most importantly.
Yeah. I love you too. I love all of y'all. And thank you so much, MJ. Like I say, you really didn't have to do that, but that really means a lot. It really does. So that you took so much time and effort to put in that. Wow, I feel so loved.
And thank you, Joe. Joe was a badass.
Joe, yeah, Joe's the man apparently. So, yeah, you guys are awesome. So, yeah, thank you all again. What's next? Sorry. Yes, let's talk about GCW. Had a huge weekend this weekend.
Yeah, they did.
With the Tournament of Survival and Cage of Survival 2. And man, it was a loaded weekend. But we got to talk about both our match of the week and wrestler of the week. And our wrestler of the week is your Tournament of Survival champion, Rina Yamashita. And what a match at Cage of Survival after going through that brutal deathmatch tournament to challenge Masha Slamovich in a hell of a matchup. And folks, we've got a new GCW champion. Oh, fuck. That is right. Cousin Blake cashed in his chip. And here you go. Blake Griffith is the new See, I can't even speak now because you guys got me all flustered. Yeah. GCW World Heavyweight Champion. What do you make of this, B-roll?
Crazy. I know we were talking while we were watching this. We're like, is he gonna cash it in? Is he gonna cash it in? And sure enough, lo and behold, old cousin Blake, who he will forever be known as to us, cashed it in. But yeah, going back though, first time ever we've ever had a wrestler that was in the match of the week and wrestler of the week.
There you have it.
I'm pretty sure.
Somebody's
going to dig in the archives.
Somebody dig in the archives and find out. So, but yeah, man, it was a hell of a weekend for wrestling with that. And also, too, the Crockett Cup took place this week. And Mr. B-roll, I am so excited for this next segment because we have a first join us here on the Pro Wrestling 60 crew. This young man is just going to go onward and upward from here, and we're so honored that his first segment
hails from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Let's go to Gentleman Gus with our Crockett Cup review.
And I will be breaking down night 1 of the Crockett Cup. Our first match is Silas Mason versus EC3. I think Silas Mason will come out of the gates strong, hard, and not give up. I think Silas Mason will win. Yabo and Ruffle will win the Crockett Cup as they work for my company, the JWA. A tag team to be looking out for is the Mortons. They have the youth and experience. I think Chris Adanich and Tyrus will be turning on each other. I am intrigued by the hardcore tag war match. This is anyone's guess. Here's my trip to the Crockett Cup. One was full of great tag team action. Lots of surprises. Got to meet great stars like David Crockett, Edie. I got to meet future stars and past stars. The Crockett Cup was a nice mix of tradition and new era. The prestigious ward, some bad stage footage. Night 1 was great, but night 2 was better. I got to meet Carrie Morton and got to help be a cameraman. The action was hotter. What a night. We saw the return of Kobe Credo. Congratulations to Notch and Murdoch winning the Crockett Cup. NWA had lots of hits and misses this weekend, but I give it a 6 out of 10. Thanks, Toll TV. This is Gentleman Gus signing off.
Gentleman Gus knocking it out of the park. Kudos to you.
No kidding. We better watch out. We're going to be out of a job.
Oh, man, I think we got a future star here for PW60. So, thank you so much, Nicholas and Gus. We appreciate that report from the Crockett Cup. And hey, how about this, Mr. B-Roll? Mickey James is going to be honored by the Cauliflower Alley Club. What a prestigious honor for her. Man, if anybody deserved it, it's Mickey James. And oh, very nice. Very evil Danhausen. How about this? He's going to be on the comic book cover of a DC comic book. How excited are you for that, Mr. B-Roll?
I'm Danhausen.
Indeed. Also announced this week, we are going to get a Knockouts World Championship matchup at Impact Slammiversary when Deonna Purrazzo defends that belt against Trinity. I hate this term, but I think this is going to be a banger. Yes, this is going to be a hell of a
shaping
matchup.
up to be a big show at Slammiversary.
Oh, yeah. And how about this? The first ever 8-4-1 match is going to happen at Against All Odds. So this is an 8-man tag team matchup. Now, how it works, whoever wins this matchup will then compete in a 4-way matchup. And then the winner of that will be named the new #1 contender for the Impact World Championship. Pretty interesting concept. And hey, Impact Wrestling, they always got all sorts of unique ideas and whatnot. Well, Mr. B-Roll, it's that time of the show. I think we got to go to Jay with the dirt sheet news.
Hey, kid, I'm glad you like Mojo Rawley, but him getting engaged to Emma is not dirt sheet. Hey, it's your boy, Jay, bona fide member of the Dirt Sheet Press, and I still got the microphone. And here are some stories you may have missed this past week within professional wrestling. There are some rumblings backstage within the WWE that they are planning on making Gunther the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. As everyone knows, that historic streak belongs to the Honky Tonk Man, which ended with a big boom as the Ultimate Warrior ran down and pinned him immediately during a SummerSlam. But the Honky Tonk Man's 436-day Intercontinental title run that I may have just got that day count wrong on is something that has not been touched in the almost 35 5 years since it was established. Gunther is getting close, but he would need to hold that title past SummerSlam to beat the Honky Tonk Man's record. The only downside to this is that Gunther would not be able to compete for a world championship as this is happening, as that would tie up too many of the belts within WWE, as they don't have enough to go around. And speaking of backstage rumblings, we've already known about them talking about Punishment Martinez like he's the next superstar. I meant Damian Priest. But now word is that Dominic Mysterio is being teased to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Those backstage are now even higher on Dominic Mysterio than they were on Damian Priest just a couple of weeks ago after he took on Bad Bunny. So if you're keeping track, rumblings backstage now have 4 favorites to win the Money in the Bank briefcase and have a super push over this summer. Those 4: Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, who got a huge reception in Saudi Arabia and also this week on SmackDown, Damian Priest, who did amazing with Bad Bunny, and it seemed like WWE was going to go all in behind him after that match. And now, Dominic Mysterio. Let us know in the comments who you would like to see the WWE push to the moon and win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Also, in AEW news, some people saw Willow Nightingale defend the IWGP Strong Women's Championship on AEW's Rampage. So the question had to be asked, was that spot meant for Mercedes Moné, as Mercedes Moné was originally scheduled to win that title until she was injured? Tony Khan did indeed confirm that was supposed to be the debut of Mercedes Moné in AEW, and she was to play a prominent role on the women's side of things during the pay-per-view Forbidden Door 2. And was Don Callis threatening to cut the Elite out of All Elite Wrestling real life being presented on television? Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks contracts are almost up within AEW. It turned out that was the reason why Matt Jackson did not get surgery during his injury, as he did not want his contract extended, hoping that all 3 of their contracts would expire at the same time. Now, is CM Punk coming back to AEW one of the sticking points as to why the Elite has not re-signed with AEW? Or has the Elite already re-signed, not told the dirt sheets, and wanting to play a real-life storyline on AEW TV and possibly make it captivating once again? I'm not sure, but that would be amazing if Don Callis and the Elite were able to pull that off. But those just aren't the facts. Those are dirty facts. The Dirt Sheet News!
All right.
Oh man, there's no one else like him. And speaking of no one else like, our Wrestle Talk Creator of the Week is that wrestling guy. Many of you probably already follow him, but I figured, you know what? Why not? Spread a little love. He has a great sense of humor and always just makes logical points. I can't say that enough about him. He's not one to like freak out and overreact to like something, he's kind of like more the whoa, pump the brakes, and he makes really good points. So that wrestling guy, our Wrestle Talk Creator of the Week, and he's from Down Under.
That's right. If you're not following him, go follow him. Hey, it's that time of the show. Brian's random moment of the week.
Yes, it's my turn here on PW60. Great to be back. Glad we're back again for this week. And 2 weeks ago in the last episode, I asked everyone to build your dream version of a faction. And that would be, of course, the Four Horsemen. Now, I'm going to continue that series here on PW60. Eventually, I'll do this on the Wrestling Questions on TikTok, I'm sure, but we'll do this for now on PW60. So put your comments below on this series. And this week, we're going to focus on the NWO for life. But as we know, the NWO had probably like 227 members. We're not going to go with that many this week. So let's do this. Let's build your ultimate NWO, of course, in WCW. And let's say build it with 6 members. Your 6 prime members. You can have other ones after that, but the 6 key members. Let's go with that. See, I always going to go top 5 because I always do top 5. But let's go 6, just to expand it. And of course, with this, 2 of them have to be original members. 2 of them can be part-time members who you think should have been there longer. And the last 2 spots put with anybody who was never a part of the original NWO. So I want to see your combinations that you put together. And as I said, put it in the comments and let us know what you would have for this. And hopefully next week we'll come up with the same question for some other pro wrestling factions in history or even current ones. So have yourselves a great week. Enjoy the rest of PW60. And goodbye, good night, bang bang, Cactus Jack, all that good stuff. Bye.
Bah, indeed. And our last story here we're covering this week on PW60, Mr. B-Roll, it was announced that where Death Before Dishonor is going to take place, and we got a date. Friday, July 21st in Trenton, New Jersey. Are you excited for this?
So much wrestling, so little time. I mean,
I know.
It's just like we're coming off the heels of Double or Nothing. We're gonna have Forbidden Door 2 in June, and then in July we're gonna have Death Before Dishonor, plus whatever WWE pay-per-views, and because it's still pay-per-views to me. Dang it!
You're damn right it is. And hey, like you say, wrestling always moving. And we'll have plenty more to talk about next week here on PW60. But we've come to the end of this week's PW60 episode. So we want to... I know, right? It feels like,
I feel like I only did half the show.
Well, we want to thank you all for joining us here tonight. And don't forget to tune in next week for a brand new episode of Pro Wrestling 60. I'm XLJ, the OG with Mr. B-Roll. We'll see you next week.